welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Filler. We're usually here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to another round of the fillers. Of course, today is a special filler. We inside, comic book store. And we have our partner number 3.
Brother 3.
Big Fred. Captain Kilimanjaro.
You already know what it is, bruh. This ain't the CPAKO show, but it is the Norm, which is up and running, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, yeah.
But it is another day in paradise, and yes, we are outside.
Yes, sir. Inside, yes. And of course, we got a special guest on this filler.
Special guest.
First time ever on the filler.
Oh, yeah.
It is Tom. What's up, Tom?
Just Tom.
Just Tom.
Just Tom.
Unless you have a special nickname you go by.
Yeah.
Killer Tom.
T-Money.
T-Money. Ooh, I like T-Money.
Nice.
We got T-Money in the house today.
We're here at Cool Comics and Games in Cape.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me
Thank
being
you
on
for
the show.
joining us.
on this brisk
Right.
Florida morning.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean,
I've been loving the
Incredible.
weather. I'm from up north, so this
Right.
I'm a native, so I do not like this
No.
constant cold. Like, it's cool at first, you know, like I imagine snow is, but then after a while, it's like, nah, I'm done. Like, bring the sun back.
It's
Not here.
No, not
sun
here.
is
We're
out.
too
sun's
down
out, but
south.
It's like a mix because you
In the
feel cold
Panhandle,
at
that's
points.
Georgia, bro.
I mean, it is a little less than Georgia, but no, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, man, we're here at Cool Comics. So when my friends talk about this place, they call it Tom's. So sometimes when I try to
Like Tom's Diner?
just Tom's, like I thought that's what the title of the store is called.
Right.
Tom's.
Do you get that a lot? That people call it
Yeah,
Tom's?
yeah.
or-
They just go by whoever's running the place.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here at Cool Comics, I've been here before. I love coming to this spot. Never done D&D here or nothing like that, but usually where I get all my board games, comics, and like accessories for TCG.
No.
Have you been here before, Fred?
No, I've actually never been here. So yeah, this was because I was looking for it, and I was just like, I've passed this so many times, and I had no idea. It's one of those hidden gems, you know what I mean? Like it's in the cut and it's nice, but everybody knows about it. It's almost like the Fight Club. Like nobody knows about.
We
the
like
Fight
to
Club.
hide in plain sight.
Right.
Yeah, they're across the street from middle school. I was like, bro, if I went to that middle school growing up, I'd be here all the time.
Beeline.
Do you get
every
a lot of
day.
like kids cutting class to come, like
Once in a while.
read comic books in between lunch?
That'd be pretty cool.
Sometimes, yes. We don't narc them out.
No, of course not.
Right,
Of course
right,
not.
right.
Yeah, it's also a safe place.
Right,
You
it's
know,
a haven.
like they have at the Walgreens. It's a safe place.
It's a safe place. Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been here maybe once or twice, like a while back, though. It's been a while. So how did you, let's jump into you, Tom. So how did
Go.
the business start? What made you decide to open a comic book store?
Hi, here's your report.
Thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire a whole team of yous.
Try posting a job on LinkedIn. It's the world's largest professional network. Unlike resumes, LinkedIn gives a real-time view into a candidate's skills, experiences, and more.
Huh, let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Find your perfect match with LinkedIn. Post your free job at linkedin.com/achieve. That's linkedin.com/achieve. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nerds Gummy Clusters, the sweet treat that always elevates the vibe. With a sweet gummy surrounded with tangy, crunchy nerds, every bite of Nerds Gummy Clusters brings you a whole new world of flavor. Whether it's game night, on the way to a concert, or kicking back with your crew, unleash your senses with Nerds Gummy Clusters.
So about 20 plus years ago, I used to be a HeroClix player, and most of the time I would play either in Naples or over in Fort Myers. And then one day on the site finder for HeroClix, Cape Coral shows up. Call them up. They play on the night I'm off. I was like, all right, I'll make the drive. So I came up, got in with the owner. Everything's good for a couple months, and then he hits me with it one day. Hey, man, I'm going to have to close up if I don't get some investors. And I was like, you know what? I'll throw them a little bit of money. And I became like the Saturday guy with a couple other guys. And then they dipped out, and I became a half partner. And then eventually he just wanted to let it go and took it over then.
Also, you saved the spot.
Just
bro.
kind of, yeah. I mean, it was the previous owner. He did really well. I mean, he had good intentions and everything. Just needed a little bit of fine tuning, I would say. So
Yeah.
I came in, I listened to the customers, what they wanted, and did some remodeling. And we grew from a tiny little 800 square foot place to a 1,600 square foot place, and now we got about 4,000 square feet. And
Yeah, I've been in the other room, like where you guys do the drafts.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That little game room was on the other side. It was that was the size of the original store.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a closet. It was so small.
So was it just board games, and then you added comics? Or
Well, originally it started out with just comics and collectibles and HeroClix, apparently. And then we started adding in, the Magic players came in, and the Yu-Gi-Oh players came in. And then the other guys were like, oh, you should carry these board games too. So it's like, okay, so we started expanding, and eventually we outgrew that spot fast.
Yeah.
And we went to the other place, kept moving, and we got Warhammer added in.
Yeah. I remember coming here and seeing the Warhammer.
Yeah. Pokemon and everything else. Every other kind of anime card game you can imagine that's come and gone over the years we've had. They just, not all of them stick, And some of them hang out for a little bit and then nobody plays anymore.
Yeah. Well, our previous episode was a Digimon episode.
Yep.
And I mentioned that I got my, you were giving out free Digimon decks like a long time ago. I don't see them out there anymore, but.
Yeah. Bandai relaunched it a couple of years back. And everybody just came out of the woodwork for Digimon. They're like, yeah, we used to play this when we were kids.
Yeah.
And now it's back. So.
No, so you had them out. And I guess nobody was, because I always go to the card shops to get like the free land or like just the Magic cards that aren't in rotation anymore. But I was like, I can learn how to play. And I was a little underwhelmed with Digimon. It's just, it has too many like moving pieces. Like it's like too many other card games without being like its own. But
it had a huge restart and then it's kind of like leveled out now.
But they're still supporting it.
Oh yeah, we still have a dedicated group to Digimon. Every Thursday you can catch them here. And we'll keep doing it as long as they keep doing it.
That makes sense.
We like I said, we have like this rotating schedule now where if a game just starts to fade out, something else goes in its place.
Yeah, you got to go where the people
You got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Next game I want to try to get into is the One Piece card game.
Yeah, very popular.
Yeah, that's one Snail was talking about her fiance. I wanted to get my friends into playing it, but they weren't trying to play.
It's too. I guess I would have to see how it actually. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Like I go on like the TCG player or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll like play on there, so I kind of have an idea for Pokemon, but I don't play Pokemon. But I could probably pick it up just from that. You know what I mean?
I think so.
But for One Piece, it's like it's just a whole new game to learn how to play, bro. And you know
but then once you learn, then that's it.
I mean, maybe if it's worth it, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be worth it for sure.
I tell you, the best way to learn games is come in and play them with everybody.
Yeah,
and you get your ass beat a lot when you start, and then you get better.
We went to a tournament in Lehigh. Sally's. Are you familiar with Sally's?
Mm-hmm.
So we went with Jose and all our friends or whatever, and he just didn't attack his opponent like the whole match. He just forgot to attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you have to attack to win. Like
usually,
at our tabletop at home, he's fine, but then I don't know, just that getting out there to new people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One Piece right out of the gate and it destroyed. It was
really.
Yeah, we couldn't get product. That was the biggest thing about it. Was Bandai only produced like a certain amount.
Yeah.
And it's huge demand, and there are calls just all day long. And I'm like, all right.
I did want to ask about that, but I'll wait until like later on. That's something I'm super interested in.
I'll tell you about it. When Hurricane Ian tore through here, that was the same weekend we were supposed to do the pre-release for One Piece, the launch, actually.
Really?
Yeah. And we finally got our phones back on, after like a week or so. Yeah. And we just started getting all these calls for One Piece. They're like, are you still doing the launch? Can we get decks? And I was like, yeah, by the way, our city is in ruins right now.
Right.
It's not that
One
important.
Piece.
I'll swim over here for that One Piece deck.
I was like,
So we got the generator working.
Canoe,
call One
we're
Piece.
good.
Call Tom CPS One Piece.
Tom's blinds are up and open again. He might open the store today.
and they had shipped the stuff to me, and guess what? Couldn't receive it because they weren't even letting UPS out on the Cape.
Right.
So it got sent back.
Oh,
damn.
But we did get it
Eventually
later, and we did like a thing for it. Everybody just took the decks and flipped them online.
Okay, so that's a good segue into Fred's question.
We gotta start. Okay, so obviously, you run this fantastic store, which I am definitely gonna be perusing in a little bit, but I am only just now getting back into Pokemon because obviously, 90s kids, we used to have them back in the days, you know what I mean? Prismatic Evolutions just came out. I work at a store that I won't won't disclose right now, but
We've
it's
talked about it in the
I know. Listen, it's early. I'm late. Anyways, there was a line wrapped around the building, and we only had about like 20 pieces or so, like under the name, not even anything specific, and they were just gone. How do you feel about how huge the demand is, as well as the scalping issue? Like, where do you fall on that line?
Well, yeah, the sales numbers can't argue. Pretty good.
From a business point of view,
Right.
I mean, we're booming.
Once again, we got the supply issues because most of the time we put in big numbers and they allocate us down. And that also ends up hurting the people that pre-order big numbers because I have to allocate them down. I try to keep it fair, make sure everybody gets hooked up with a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a line when that released, and I put a note on the door as soon as like we were sold. I got here early.
Right.
Just to clear them out and put up the sign like we're sold out already. Because, yeah, we didn't have a whole lot extra.
Right.
And I counted everything out, made sure everybody that pre-ordered was covered. And I was like, okay, this is what everybody else can get. And everybody that, waited to the last minute. And, I was like, sorry, I can't do anything about it. I asked for a lot and they gave me what they gave me.
Right.
Yeah.
But, the scalper issues, I mean, I can't do much about it. I mean, I'm not going to say, no, you can't buy this.
Right. You don't even like Pokemon. Right.
I know you. I know you, bud.
Name 10
You come
Pokemon,
here
bro.
every other day. When are you into Pokemon?
I know the flippers when they come in, and it's like I'm still going to sell them product, but I'm not going to sell them everything because that's just ridiculous. It's like, all right, you can have some. And I want to make sure everybody gets hooked up as best they can. Prismatic Evolutions, that one just, oh man, we got blindsided with that.
Well, I mean, because Pokemon already said it's evolutions.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
this is the year of the Eevee.
Right. So, like, bro, it's a whole thing because, like, now the South has really, really, in general, gotten on to how big Pokemon is.
The South of the country?
Like, well, yeah, like down here. You know what I'm saying? Because up until like a couple years ago, nobody was really going as crazy as they are right now.
Really?
It's going wild now, which is why you can't find anything. You walk into a Target, a Walmart, a GameStop, wherever you go, all the shelves are dry. There's nothing because everybody knows now. Oh my God, man, it's crazy. Like, for example, if you go to GameStop and you try to pre-order the new set that's coming out in March, they're gone. They are already gone.
That's the thing with like Pokemon. I get my stuff through a couple different distributors, so they get their share from Pokemon. But then you also got Walmart, Target, GameStop, etc., and they're getting the lion's share of it.
Right.
They're big multi-billion-dollar corporations. Of course,
do they take pre-orders at Target?
No.
Wow, so that's the mad dash. Though. You guys have it under some kind of control here.
Yeah, Target goes through like a third-party vendor for all their stuff. They have that one poor bastard that like has to come in and refill the shelves.
Oh my God.
And the scalpers stalk these people, and
they'll follow them to I've heard stories about this actually where they'll follow the routes of the trucks to like the three targets, the main targets in the area. Yeah. They'll follow them.
Yeah. I
They'll
heard
just
buy all the stock as soon as they restock each store.
I heard the story about somebody that chipped the car of the vendor.
Oh my God.
He was able to trace him. I was like,
Jesus, man. It never ends, bro.
Pokemon's is that the new drugs, bro?
Just about, bro.
Wow.
That all happened during COVID because everybody got locked up and had nothing better to do, so they became Pokemon
What's the
collectors.
resale price going for?
Yeah.
Depends on the card and the set, but there are some that are worth like a decent amount.
What do you think about jumping on board?
No. Just curious. Curiosity. How much it go for, man? If I'm buying for 15, flipping it for 80, that's not a bad profit.
I mean, bro, there's like the ones I was talking about, the Prismatic Evolutions, the ETBs, they're like boxes that have like art or whatever, Elite Trainer boxes. They are MSRP $50, obviously plus tax. Bro, there are people selling that shit online for $250, bro.
Yeah, we sold them for $50. We kind of have that policy here. We're not going to scalp.
Oh yeah.
Only if we get something like as a secondary market,
right?
For a reseller or something like that, or somebody trades something in. That's the only time it gets marked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to say there's some unscrupulous stores around this area.
That was,
I was pointing west,
Yeah.
but
Get your Google Maps open.
but there's some places, that just they don't care. They're just like, well, we're just gonna milk our customers as fast as we can, and if they don't come back, oh well.
Yeah.
And they burn out their clientele base really fast like that because people kind of eventually catch on.
Right.
Well, I think they're doing that to like maybe meet the scalpers where they're like, okay, you're not going to be making money if I'm not making any extra money.
Yeah, because I've literally seen like pictures and like certain videos where they'll have, say, said ETBs. You have to buy it and open it in the store. And if you don't, they're going to charge you because if they know that you're not going to open it, they're going to charge you like double the amount because they know that you're trying to keep it sealed and not like open it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I'm trying to do an unboxing at my house and not in this rinky ass store.
You got to talk to the boss about that, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I wish somebody would tell me to open my shit
No,
right there.
some stores are like that, man. They just, even with shoes, if you don't wear them, you gotta wear them
out.
Right, we gotta wear them out.
Definitely not.
You gotta
wear them
lick
right there
the bottom of the shoe.
Yeah.
Put it on right now.
And we gotta post it to our Instagram.
Bags over your feet.
Yeah, no.
No, being for real, man. It's just the way, I guess, to stop scalpers, like they're saying, like policies in place to make sure that you're buying it because you really want it and not because you're trying to resell it.
Bandai just addressed that. We got the Gundam card game coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we're gonna have the launch like we did for One Piece and the other card games.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And their policy now is when they come to get their starter or their kit,
Yeah.
I have to like unwrap it
Wow,
then,
really?
and then hand it to them now.
Wow.
Yeah, because most of the people would come in, they buy the thing, and they're like, peace. To eBay as fast as they can. And Bandai now knows that's a huge problem. So my tournament policy for this kind of stuff is rip it open. Here's your product. Sit down and play.
Tournaments? Yeah, if you're entering the tournaments, usually, you're like, actually, DQ me, actually.
Pretty much.
Wow.
So after that, if they still want to leave, I can't stop them. But
Wow.
But I'm keeping it pretty close for the all the local players, and all the other games are getting into Gundam. So
yeah, well, I mean, I never heard of the Gundam game.
yeah, it's another one of the Bandai anime things, and it got such a huge buzz like right out of the gate, and then they just had it at TCG Fest and Gen Con and all that, and everything was just.
Well, so I want to ask you, between Bandai and Konami, have you seen like any kind of, like an improvement? Because I've heard stories about how Konami has like the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff.
Yeah.
But Bandai's into a lot of different TCGs, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They got that one Union Arena up there, which is kind of like their amalgamated universe with all the different titles.
Oh, really?
You got, One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, et cetera, et cetera.
I played the Dragon Ball TCG.
Yeah. So they
pretty good.
So they finally made one that was like, okay, we're going to take all these other little Shonen Jump properties and make one thing.
I love when they do that.
And they got like a few more are coming out for that. And then, but the rules with that is you can't mix the cards from the different universes together.
Oh, wow, really?
But your deck has to have like, say, okay, I'm playing One Punch Man. It has to be all One Punch Man cards, but you can fight Hunter deck, with it.
Yeah.
Which is good, but every one of the sets has similar cards, so you're never like at a total disadvantage for playing one.
Damn, I have to look into that.
But
What it says.
so
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was.
Well, because we used to always play like the Shonen Jumps or J Stars.
J Stars,
shit like that.
if you play like Weiss Schwartz, that's kind of what it is. And it's like where we take all these other properties and mash them together. So Gundam's going to be freestanding, and everybody's still just like, where's Naruto?
I mean, to be honest, yeah, because I'm like, Jujutsu Kaisen has its own line as well.
Oh, TCG?
Yeah, the fact that they don't have a standalone Naruto, let alone inclusion, that is kind of weird.
Everybody's just sitting waiting to see what happens.
I mean, they've had Naruto. I have a Naruto trading card deck. So, what is it? Just the Sage Mode Naruto, where he fights Pain.
Yeah.
So I have that deck, but then it just stopped there. So I thought that they were doing like a Boruto, like the same mechanic that Digimon has, like with the memory. Like they had that, but then what? They just fizzled, or
Haven't heard anything about it.
No?
They had originally Dragon Ball Masters, which was the first one. Then they came out with Dragon Ball Fusion, which plays like One Piece, but it's not compatible with One Piece. And they did something around set 3 that made everybody mad. And but we're still going forward with the the other Dragon Ball. Once again, small but dedicated play group. So they stay in, I stay in.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bandai's only kind of, well, they also had, the only one I didn't touch from Bandai was Battle Spirits because we tried that years ago and nobody played.
Battle Spirits.
Battle Spirits.
Exactly.
Right.
Never heard of it. Not surprised.
No.
So they launched it recently again, and I was like,
Yeah.
You got to go elsewhere for that, bud. You got to hear.
not have one person ask for it. They sent me this beautiful big silk banner for it, and I was like, nah.
Wow.
You can tempt me all you want.
Right.
I was like,
I'll hang it up in my room, but
I was like, who wants this? And not one hand went up.
No. Boo.
Somebody probably put it online. It's that one Battle Spirit player out in Alaska. My God, I got it for $10.
Just hanging on their igloo.
What y'all been reading, watching, and playing?
Sheesh. Actually, no, I'm gonna let y'all go first because
There was something that I wanted to mention last time.
Go for it.
It was just that
it.
we saw Uncut Gems, and it was my first time seeing it, and I really like that movie. It's super stressful though.
Well, yeah.
And it's shot like super close, and the ending like took me by surprise, and we saw it in a big group of people, and I won't spoil it, but as soon as it ended, I was just like, everybody's mouth was just open, and I'm like, what the heck? Because
I was just surprised that he played that role so well.
Me too.
surprised. I mean,
Because he usually doesn't
Adam
play
Sandler,
roles like that. Adam Sandler.
right. Well, he's usually just Adam Sandler in all his movies.
Yeah.
Where this time he was actually, maybe it was the accent or I don't know, but
It was the New York in him.
yeah.
It was good, man.
But that was
Yeah.
nice. It was believable.
But even watching that movie made me think of like, there's people out there that really live their life like that. Like
Yeah.
on high
High
stress
stakes every day.
every day. I'm
Yeah.
talking about just popping Tums
Yeah.
every day just because they got fucked up stomachs. It's
Well,
the
they also eat a lot of
anxiety,
fried
man. Like
spicy
they
foods.
love that feeling on the edge every single day. We're about to make a deal today. We're about to flip something today.
Well, because I didn't
We're
know
about to-
I didn't know what that movie was about. I thought it was about like jewelry or whatever, like gems.
It is.
I mean,
it is
it
about.
is,
He
but-
is running a jewelry store
Yeah, but
in
it's-
New York.
But it's also about like gambling and addiction.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, that's part
That's why
of
it's
it, man.
called Uncut Gems, bro.
And, yeah,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
we were just talking about gambling earlier that day, and then I saw that movie, and I was like, "Wow, what the heck?" And just reading the same shit.
Gambling. I was just on
Yeah.
on the.
Do people
shit-
gamble here?
the
Remember, like, hey, here's a 5. Like,
we don't talk about that. But I was just on this cruise ship, and
Yeah.
they have a little casino and everything. And I was like, I never got the gambling bug ever. I was just like, it's okay. But
I don't think it's for
Right.
everybody.
It's not. I run from it, bro.
so on this ship, they have a claw game, and with like little bundles of money.
Oh,
And it's
really?
like 100, 250, 500.
Wow.
Now I'm
Now you got it.
hooked on that thing.
It just depends on the game, you know.
And people, I did actually witness somebody win one of the $100 ones. I was
Really?
like, all right, so it's doable because I got it a couple times. It gets it up to the top, and as soon as it jars,
Yeah.
it drops it.
Yeah, sometimes it's rigged like that, where
Right.
it's meant to like pull it too hard type of deal.
And yeah, I probably put about $100 in there. So I was just looking to break even
Right.
on this.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. That's me. I am like even Steven. Like anything I give, I will get type of deal. So I just always break even. I kind of like breaking even. So if I'm gonna gamble to break even, I might as well put money from my right hand into my left pocket.
Yeah, you don't gotta owe the universe anything. You're like, all right, yeah, no, we're square now.
Nope. Keep it in the microbiome, bro.
I'm kind
Keep
of
it
like
in the
that with
microbiome.
scratch offs. Like I'll have like an extra $5 just sitting around, buy
Yeah.
a $5 scratch off, win
Yeah.
like $6. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the profit $1.
Yeah, my ex, she used to win that shit all the time. Like, I don't know how. It's, you just buy them at the gas station.
Yeah.
Or those people that do like the slot machines. Like, it's a matter of the game that you're getting into. So
Yeah.
it's getting big now because it's with sports. So now you can still watch the same basketball game, but now you have money on it. You feel like an owner, I need my team to win.
Right, you're just screaming. Why is your player doing horrible? You
Yeah.
don't play like that,
Yeah.
man. We don't
Right.
do that.
I know, right? Like you were
Last
shooting him in
game,
the
you
gym.
were shooting threes like nothing. This game, when I got money on it, now you want to
Yeah.
miss?
Yeah, the universe knows, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just like, oh, you got big money coming in, huh? Ankles. That's it.
Anyways, Tom, so a big thing about our podcast is anime. Do you watch any anime?
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you always get more than you expect every day. So even if gas prices go up, you can buy a double cheeseburger and add a McChicken for $1. Or before game time, you can get $5 meal deals for the group. And if breakfast is about to end, get deals in the app to save before the bell. The choice is yours, and the choice with McValue is always more.
Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Must opt into rewards for app deals.
I do.
What do you dabble
Very,
into?
very selective though. Like I got into Chainsaw Man when it came out.
Okay, right. That's that man, right? Okay,
So I like the manga. I'm not really too into the anime, but
yeah. I mean, I was like, this is the right amount of insanity for me. I was like, none of these characters are redeemable whatsoever. I don't think. But and yeah, it was that nuts. And I was like, yeah, I also got into Spy Family. I thought it was hilarious.
That was good.
It's kind of cute, you know. It's just like that's kind of the other side of that spectrum.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm like old school. We go back to Robotech, and then
Wow.
yeah. When I was a kid, they didn't have it on the cable channel where I was growing up at all. I was like, I've heard about this thing. We had Voltron,
Yeah,
but that was about it.
Voltron and Robotech was on Toonami though.
Yeah, eventually it got there.
Yeah.
But when I was in college, there was like this little independent station that would play Robotech in the morning, in the afternoon, and late at night. So I'd come back from drinking at the bars.
Right. Throw on some Robotech.
And I gotta watch my soap opera. And then my roommates are like, "What is this crap you're watching?" And I was just like, "Shh." And then they started watching. Then they got hooked into it
That's
too.
pretty cool.
And then after that, it was Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. I think of what else. The original Akira movie was pretty cool. I mean, but yeah, I wait and see, and I listen to what people say about the stuff. So I'll try it out. Once in a while. Everybody says I should get into jiu-jitsu, guys, and that's really good. And it's like, all right, I'll get there. I promise.
Yeah.
But the last thing I saw was probably the Suicide Squad Isekai.
Oh, really?
We
We did a whole review on it.
Yeah, like the first 3 episodes when it first came out, and then the last episodes from there.
Yeah, it was.
What
it
did
was
you think?
It was definitely unique. I mean, it was. Look, I saw it from the perspective of like, well, you took characters from the first Suicide Squad movie and the second Suicide Squad, and just kind of like mangled them together.
The best parts of both, and even some from like the Harley Quinn show. It's on Max.
Yeah,
because they got like Killer Shark and all that shit too. But
the Killer Shark on the Harley Quinn show is just like completely the other way.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Well, yeah, because he has a hoodie.
Yeah,
he's an IT guy.
The Ron Funches guy doing the voice.
I love that show.
He's hilarious.
Did you finish watching the Isekai?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What'd you think about the ending?
Yeah, kind of almost predictable, but
what?
the whole Joker angle, I was like, there's something else.
Of course,
I was like, there's something else.
Do you read comic
going
books?
on. Yeah,
that's why.
Once in a while.
That's why.
But yeah,
you're not gonna put the Joker in the beginning and then not put him in.
Yeah, I was
the
like,
end
throughout and the end. Yeah,
I was like, there's somebody else on the other side.
Yeah,
pulling it, and it's like,
yeah,
I was not just Amanda Walker pulling strings.
Amanda Waller. And they try to sexy up Amanda Waller.
Oh, I know. With the dance, you get the
It's
moves.
hilarious.
So those hips don't lie.
But I think Clayface as like smooth criminal Michael Jackson was pretty funny.
He was my favorite.
He's your favorite, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole play on we are in an isekai world.
Yeah.
I am the hero.
Yeah, he was kind of like the Izzy character in Digimon. Like he was the one who was like, besides Peacemaker, making sure that they were staying on the mission. He's the one like, hey, this is where we are now. Like we're in an isekai, bro.
Right.
Stop.
Look forward. Stop looking backwards. Look forward. Right?
Yeah. How you feeling about the movies coming out? Comic books and movies.
Well, all right. So we'll start with Marvel.
Yeah.
Captain America movie looks good. Looks very serious.
They got the Red Hulk.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, we're gonna put Harrison Ford in here.
I know. So
like,
I didn't know that
time.
the other guy had died.
Oh yeah,
I was like, bro,
William Hurt.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I must be plugged in or whatever. But he was good in those movies.
Oh yeah, he was great. And then they were like, well, we're gonna get Harrison Ford. I was just like,
which I was so very surprised. Yeah. Harrison Ford hates making movies, so to put him in a Marvel movie.
But he does like making.
Well, that's why.
But he does like making money.
Right, exactly.
You got to pay for that airplane and that weed. Somehow.
It works in tandem.
So that one looks consistent with all the other Captain America movies, especially like the Winter Soldier one. But then you get Thunderbolts coming out. That looks like it's going to be the fun one.
Yeah,
I am actually looking forward to how they play that one off.
Do you think it's going to be the Suicide Squad of Marvel?
Kinda, yeah. that's how Thunderbolts was.
Right.
Well, originally Thunderbolts in the comics was Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil all disguised themselves as heroes so they could gain access to, all the stuff from the Avengers and the Fantastic Four that were gone at that time.
Yeah, was it after the Civil War?
Yeah, it was Onslaught was the psychic spawn of Xavier and Magneto. So this thing just like mopped the floor with the Marvel Universe, and nothing could stop this thing. But Franklin Richards made this little blue ball that was actually a pocket universe. He protected everybody, and then they eventually came back. Yeah. But so the Thunderbolts just show up one day, and everybody's like, "Well, who are these guys?" And they stop the Wrecking Crew or whoever the hell it was, and then and they're like, "Aha, we're bad guys," secretly to themselves, not to everybody else.
Right.
It was great. The character development was good. The writing was genius, and then a lot of the bad guys on the team liked being heroes. So they're like, "Well, I don't want to do the bad guy thing anymore. The people like me now." So
I got fans.
I want to be a loser.
So Zemo, Zemo was just like, I hired you to do this for a reason.
Right.
And they're like, But so this is a different angle, and it looks like, it's going to be more of a Suicide Squad thing with, what was it?
Winter Soldier.
Elaine from Seinfeld running the show.
She's been in a lot of those movies. She was in the second Black Panther movie, and I feel like I see her a lot lately.
But Val, and then we'll see. I think there's still somebody else above her pulling the strings on that. Somebody bought that Avengers Tower.
They keep talking about it. Who bought it?
There's all kinds of speculation. Doom, Mephisto, et cetera. It could be anybody at this point. Every time the fans think they've got it figured out.
I know. I think they're listening in, and they're like,
Feige's like,
fuck, we have to rewrite it. They figured it out.
Spin it the other way.
Could be the new Baxter building.
Yeah, it could be. But and the Fantastic Four movie, that's the next thing. Some people don't like what's going on with it, but I like that. I hope it is kind of how it plays out, where they're in their own like timeline dimension.
Yeah, like
and
in
it's
the 60s.
it's very retro and positive and everything. And then Galactus just wrecks the place. And
I would love that.
But they escape
really
to regular continuities. So
that'd be dope.
It'll be almost kind of like a Captain America thing, where they're like, oh, strange world,
Yeah.
But they'll adapt to it.
Fantastic Fours are my favorite. One of my favorites. I like the X-Men, then the Fantastic Four, and then the Avengers.
Yeah, like back the original Fantastic Four, the first two.
Yeah,
they're kind of fun. They're not terrible.
Yeah,
they're
the first couple Spider-Mans.
They're geared more towards kids, I think.
Yeah,
but that one that came out was the last
Van Forstick.
It was like they had all kinds of problems. The director was apparently like, look,
Yeah,
and got a little out there, but if Feige can fix it, I think he can.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good. He's been doing good for like 20 years, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Then what about DC? We're always talking about DC.
So Superman. I mean,
are you as nervous as I am?
The trailer. I mean, until I actually see the movie,
right.
I don't want to judge it, because it could turn out to be pretty good. I mean, I know Gunn's just dumping a bunch of characters into this.
He always does. They might not even stick around.
His logic is there's no reason to do a telling of the whole story.
Right.
At this point, everybody knows, or they can look it up if they don't know.
Yeah. It's everybody's story too. It's Goku's story.
Right.
It's,
so let's just hit the ground running with this one. And
good. Put Crypto in it. Crypto is super dog.
Just
put him in it.
People will love it.
Yes. Oh my god.
Make it a family movie.
There's a theory that he's not gonna.
He's gonna be like, "What do you hate dogs?"
Right. And he loves dogs. Yeah. There's a theory that he's not gonna make it throughout the whole movie because of how he treated all the animals in Guardians 3.
Yeah.
That Crypto might,
Gunn does that sometimes. He'll kill off the most likable. It's like the Joss Whedon formula back in the day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you like this guy? Dead.
Dagger.
A knife through.
They did with Coulson. Yeah. Everybody was like,
I know.
Really? You killed that guy?
No, but then they not even they couldn't keep him dead for like a full year or whatever before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, that was an odd thing to do. I was like, well, I guess they've got some kind of a plan, but
well.
So we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna judge. Like I watched the Creature Commando show that he did.
So a lot of people told me to watch it and that I would like it, and I do like it. And maybe that's where like the hype had a negative effect on me because it is good, but I don't know. I was hoping for it to be like Invincible or, you know, all those shows. And it's not bad, like, at all. But it is just kind of like, it's like another creature ensemble.
Yeah.
So
it's like the ending of it was a little underwhelming, but but it sets the stage for season 2 and everything else coming after that. And those voice actors are supposed to be those characters in like live action as well.
They're doing that. They're doing that with Invincible too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But I did enjoy the show.
Me too.
I thought the GI robot thing was hilarious.
Killing Nazis. Is he a Nazi? Can I kill him?
Yeah, that was yes. This is too much fun, and I knew the Weasel story when they got to it was going to really.
Why does he love that character so much?
Hit you in the heart because he's so ridiculous.
James Gunn loves that Weasel character.
So yeah. I did enjoy all that stuff, and that ending too was also kind of like, oh really? We're going to kill the most likable one, the one that can be redeemed.
Right. I saw some pops of that, and I was like, I might have to look at this because I didn't know. Yeah, because I didn't know much of anything about it, but I was just like, okay.
I like a lot of what James Gunn does. Like I even like his Scooby Doo movies. I mean, my brother loved those movies growing up,
bro.
So I trust him. Yeah. So I do. Can you get excited about Superman though? Because it sounds like you're just reserving all judgment.
I mean, I liked what I saw so far in the trailer, but I know all the Snyder crew, you know, the Snyder groupies are like, what are you doing? You know, it's how dare you?
Yeah,
and it's just like you also have to understand that James Gunn has just bought a ship that's taking on water.
Right.
He's got to fix a lot of stuff with DC and the whole thing where they're like, well, we have this one thing here. We have the main Justice League Snyder stuff, and then we got did you know? Sorry, we have this Joker movie over here too, and the second one not so good.
Ooh, yeah.
It's just like yeah. By the way, Twilight guy, he's Batman too.
Right.
Did you notice him?
Yeah.
And everybody's looking in.
Well, I kind of like that because that's what Marvel was supposed to be, or they had the illusion that they had a lot of different stuff. They had some comedy stuff.
So he can also then you have like the Arrowverse stuff, which kind of wrapped up now. But
you think he'll save it, bring it in?
He can do the same thing that Feige did with all the old Marvel movies. Just say
they can
alternate Earths or all variants.
Yeah, or even how they had with Daredevil. They're bringing Daredevil back, so they can just do that.
Yeah, and then they're just kind of like they originally. Yes, he was going to say like Netflix doesn't count, but the fans were like, how dare you? And
maybe Iron Fist doesn't count.
Yeah,
maybe that doesn't count.
The Defenders don't count, bro.
The 2/3 of the Defenders don't count.
So he kind of backtracked and said, "Oh no, they're variants. You know, we're just gonna go forward from. We're not gonna say they don't exist. We're just gonna.
Are they variants?
It could be.
I about to say that's the beauty of the world, bro. They just could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, because Daredevil is in the She-Hulk, and She-Hulk connects or interacts with those canon or whatever those mainline other Marvel characters. But
Charlie Cox is back. He's Daredevil, and he is going to be canon going forward.
He is so freaking good. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite shows. Daredevil.
I am hoping
3 good seasons.
Born Again. I know. I'm nervous. Yeah, that's true. That's what I always say about the Netflix shows. I was like, Jessica Jones, phenomenal first season, and the next 2,
because you got rid of the best guy, man.
Yeah, Luke Cage. Great first season. Second one, not so good. Except for the Power Man and Iron Fist episode was a lot of fun. Just having those two going around. Iron Fist.
I just didn't like how he wasn't even good at kung fu. Like how can Daredevil be better at kung fu than you? He's a boxer.
The brother and the sister were just so annoying. I hated their guys. I like Colleen Wing though. She was
Oh, and then they had her and Misty. They had their own thing.
And then you got the Punisher.
Yeah,
that was great. Torture porn first season.
Oh my god, I know.
But really good in the second one. I didn't like the bad guy. And then you get to Daredevil. Consistently good all 3 seasons.
That's the best one. That is the absolute best one.
And
I didn't like him jumping around though in the She-Hulk though. I thought he was a little bit too Marvel-y.
Yeah, that's the See, that's the thing. A lot of people hated She-Hulk, but that is how it is in the books.
No, for sure.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she was Deadpool before there was a Deadpool.
Right.
And allegedly there was supposed to be the She-Hulk scene in the Deadpool movie that got cut for some reason. I don't know how true that is, but see, that would have been funny because he'd be talking to the camera and then she's talking to a different camera.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, I thought we were over here." She's like, "No, it's over here."
Yeah.
So that
No, I like that. Just like how we like anime. Like I like the goofiness of comic books and comic book movies, but I do appreciate when they take the serious route because I do like that Batman movie with Rob Batman. I think
Twilight guy.
Yeah,
Pattinson. Yeah,
Pattinson.
Penguin was good too. I mean,
yeah.
Penguin was just Sopranos in Gotham, but
Yeah, that's what Lewis said.
but yeah, you had two really good characters that they were tortured souls, and and you start to feel good for them, and then they do something absolutely despicable, and you're like, oh yeah, they're bad guys.
Yeah, I forgot they were bad guys.
I really enjoyed that one. That was a good one. That ending, ooh, it was just like it was a sting right there with that. And the kid that he played, Alex in Runaways. It took me a hot minute till I was like, no, I've seen this guy somewhere else.
We did watch Runaways the first season at least when it was a Hulu original.
Right.
Yes. And I liked the Runaways show, and even the Cloak and Dagger show was kind of nuts for what it was.
Yeah.
It was awful brutal in some areas.
Right. I was kind of surprised. I was like, God damn.
But yeah, that one kid that plays, in Penguin and Runaways, he would be a good like live action Miles, I think.
Yeah. Now there's Shamik Moore. I don't know if they're really vibing with him anymore.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna get one more Spider-Verse movie, and then but that's the other thing. You get Sony over there.
Speaking of the last house, Sony.
It's time to rewrite the vacation rules. With Royal Caribbean, your family can look forward to just about anything. Break the thrill barrier, roaring down the tallest water slide in North America. Jump into breathtaking jungles and jaw-dropping coves. Vibe off the charts on our private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And end the day knowing things are just getting started. Because this isn't just any vacation. This is all the vacations. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
We were talking about in the last filler that they may or may not sell, and I was adamant that they're not going to sell because why would they sell when the Spider-Verse is doing so well? But
see, that's a great thing about Sony. All their live action, Venom does okay money wise because Venom,
right?
And the others
they trick people into getting to the theater,
right? But yeah, the animation studio,
Pascal Productions and all that shit. Yeah, they're not going to sell it.
See, they don't mess with that. Like,
right?
The executives are like, it's cartoons, whatever.
Yeah,
and then they get to do what they want to do, and it comes out right. But
that's why
I'm surprised they didn't mess with the in between movies because they're like, oh man, the first one did good. Now we need to get our hands on the second one.
That's why I was saying that they might try to broker some kind of deal in writing about like keeping animation aside on the Sony side versus giving like the live action movies back.
But why, when you can just keep the deal the same, or even make it more favorable to yourself, but then they can still just make the Spider-Man movies themselves.
They're gonna
and involve Marvel because they've been making those movies. All 4 or 3 of those Spider-Man movies, Tom Holland, are Sony movies.
Right.
They have the MCU, icing or whatever, but they're still Sony movies.
I mean, but that's it though. That's all. That's all they have.
They were
as far as live action.
They were only making Spider-Man movies for the longest time. They only now recently started to make non-Spider-Man Spider-Man movies, and they stopped and they suck.
That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, that's like, okay, Craven's gone, Venom's gone. They're whittling them down. You know what I'm saying?
They never should have been to begin with, bro.
Okay, but we're here now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna sell, bro. No. Why would they sell?
See, they just didn't have anybody guiding those movies. Like they didn't have Feige working on it. He worked on the Tom Holland movies.
Right.
And, hey, look what happened.
For his sake, his sake of his studio.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He's just like, that's the thing. The other Sony things, they just keep messing with everything, and he's just like, oh, don't do this,
Right.
But he won't get involved in the other ones. Otherwise, those other 3 side movies probably would have been decent.
Right. When Sony had the hack with their emails, there was an emails between Kevin Feige, and Sony about the second Amazing Spider-Man movie. Like, bro, don't do that they showed it to him first. Like, hey, can you help us with these movies? And he gave him a bunch of notes, and they just didn't listen to anything that he said.
Right, and then it sucked, bro.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying they're gonna sell. I'm telling you, they're not gonna sell.
I'm saying they're gonna broker a deal because at the end of the day, they still have everything that is games, which unfortunately Insomniac is, the man is stepping down. Sad news. Yeah, but they have all of the games, and then they have like whatever spin-off games it could be. Plus, they have the the last Spider-Verse movie or whatever. So as far as the animation side is concerned, that it just makes sense for Sony to keep it.
Okay, we're
you know
on the
what
same
I mean?
page there.
So that's what I'm saying, that it makes the most sense for them to broker a deal where anything that involves live action, they figure out something. Like maybe they can have, another Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland in it, but the rights belong to Marvel and or Disney. You know what I'm saying?
Why would they give up the rights though?
Because it just makes the most sense.
It doesn't make the most sense. It makes the most sense to keep the rights, have them make the movie for you, and you make all the money.
Right, but why would they do that?
I mean,
why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they make a bunch of money and not have to even be creative about
Sony
a
doesn't
Spider-Man
like
movie?
money, bro.
No, right.
They like write-offs.
Disney.
Making money and write-offs is a whole different thing, man.
Yeah, they know they got a cash cow with Spider-Man.
They're not gonna sell Spider-Man, bro.
Right, but nobody else. Because if nobody else cares,
even though the fans are just like, sell it back to Marvel so we can have all the toys
you as
in the
a fan
box.
want them to sell it back, but them as a company are not going to sell it back, bro.
They're not
right.
They're gonna hold on to that forever.
Back to even back bars and the Tobey Maguire the things. They've had a hard on to do the Sinister Six or Sinister Syndicate.
I know.
And they keep just getting so close, but I think you're finally going to get it in the third Spider-Verse movie.
Oh, you think?
Because
it makes there's so many villains.
You remember how it ended, right?
Yeah.
If you can't hear J. Jonah in the background when Miles is chained up, turn on the subtitles, and they'll talk about like the Sinister Syndicate running the 42 universe.
Yeah.
So I think you're finally going to get it, and the evil Miles is a member of it.
Oh, the sixth member,
that Prowler.
I think. All right. Here's how I think it's going to play out.
Go ahead.
My prediction, and this is just like the rough outline.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Act 1, Gwen and her crew rescue Miles from the Syndicate. There's going to be a huge throwdown.
Yeah.
And Miles may or may not be able to turn the other Miles,
before
back.
he leaves. Yeah.
Like, be like, you're doing it wrong. We're good.
Undo those braids, bro.
Yes. So, okay, that's Act 1. Okay. Act 2, Spidey 2099 comes Miguel comes flying in with the rest of the Spider-Verse people. And they have to have a throwdown with Gwen and Miles and that crew because
they escape.
They're messing with stuff. He's just like, no, you're going to screw up everything.
Right.
And I think there is finally going to be a reckoning with Miguel, and he's going to.
They made him a bad guy.
Kind of.
I mean, bro, he's the anti-hero.
He's very he's very overly driven. He wants to do the right thing, but in intentions, paving the road to hell and all.
Yeah.
Okay. So there'll be finally an understanding with those two because of what the Spot is doing. And then it's going to be everybody versus the Spot in the third act. And he's going to be able to like hold off all of them. And I don't know, there's going to be casualties maybe, but I think somehow it's going to end up Miles and the Spot fighting with inside of him. Like he's going to be able to isolate the actual guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to end up saving him somehow.
I like that's his new rival. That's his new.
Yeah.
That's the bad.
He's going to have an opportunity to kill him, but I don't think he's going to do it because Miles doesn't do things like that. So he's going to finally convince the other guy, like.
Yeah, but Spider-Man doesn't kill.
Yeah.
Right. Zack Snyder's Batman kills.
Yes.
but not Miles, bro.
Right.
So that's my guess.
That's pretty cool.
Like that, I would say we gotta make sure we like template this and like you made print out like an audio file, like frame it when it comes out, and
so
everything's spot on.
So Sony can read it and go change everything.
Yeah, that's way better than what we wrote.
Right.
Which one of you leaked the script? The Sony leak back in the day when they found that
throwback.
They found that script with it was the 21 Jump Street guys and combined with Men in Black.
Really?
Did you ever hear about it? When Sony got hacked, they took some scripts that were on the drawing board. And one of them was the third Jump Street movie was going to have them joining Men in Black. And I was like, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like have an R-rated Men in Black, but it's just completely asinine.
Yeah, well, 'cause I heard not a lot of people like the latest Men in Black, the one with
Thor and Valkyrie.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but
I haven't seen it yet. But
they were like, oh, Ragnarok, they had good chemistry. This is going to work.
Yeah,
you got to give them good writing to work with too. You know?
Yeah, they're like, oh, just do what you would normally do. I'm like, okay, I'm an actor. Like, you need to give me something to act with.
Right.
Because I heard he just riffed his way through the Ghostbusters movie too. Like the female Ghostbusters, they not barely had a script, but they were just like, do whatever you want, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, they're just like, you're going to be eye candy for this. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, put on the suits. One size too small.
Right. As per custom.
Yeah.
That's a weird mashup, though. That kind of reminds me of like Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that makes more sense, though.
Just finally going to happen.
Right.
It only makes sense for me as a comic book fan because they are, in the same
I never
comic
read
books.
the comic book, so for that part, so that threw me off when I saw that movie.
Really?
In the ending, I was like, what does G.I. Joe got to do with Transformers?
No, just Hasbro.
Let me tell you a story.
Go ahead.
So back in the day, Marvel had both the Transformers and the G.I. Joe comics.
Yeah, and Star Wars.
And Star. Yeah, they had all the toys.
Yeah.
And they crossed over G.I. Joe and Transformers in a 4-issue thing many years ago.
Yeah.
And it works. And they even had Cobra Commander on the cartoon, on Transformers cartoon, like in the future, but he was like an old man. You could tell it was him.
Wow, that's kind of dope.
Because him and Starscream have the same voice actor.
Oh,
yes.
So and then some years pass, and you got other comic companies like Devil's Due Press, and now IDW. And they have it's back with like Image now, Skybound. They have they started it recently with this comic called Void Rivals.
Okay.
And everybody was like, well, what's this all about? And yes, this is the Energon universe. So this is where this G.I. Joe and this Transformers, they're in the same universe.
Oh, more on purpose? More like purposefully?
Yes. So they do have their shared universe. And like IDW tried it back a few years ago. It was like the Allspark universe. But they also brought in Mask, ROM Space Knight, a couple other the toys, They were like, if you ever watched Mask back in the day, they had like vehicles, but they transformed into other vehicles. Right. And I was just like, this looks consistent. Did they steal Transformer tech? They weren't in the same universe, but then IDW retrofitted so that the bad guy Miles Mayhem was an actual G.I. Joe back in the day. And somehow he got a hold of Transformer tech and like incorporated it into the vehicle. So that's why they're kind of like Transformers.
Oh.
And I was like, Mark.
Yeah,
that's good writing. Good writing there.
I don't know. As a comic book fan, I just love when they combine comic books, bro. I just love combined stories. I love when they stand on their own for sure, but that would just makes it more sweet when they cross over. And the more unlikely, the better it is, to be honest, for me. We have two sword guys, clack swords. It's kind of cool or whatever. Who's the best swordsman? But now when you get like weird people, like even like Batman and Superman, just love that. Just love when they fight. Yeah.
Like anime, they don't do a whole lot of crossover.
Just the shonen jumps, and that's...
Once in a while, somebody will show up in the other book. And
yeah, but it's non-canon, and it's, they have to like even their powers because, you can't have Luffy beat Goku or Goku beat Luffy because there's fans of both, They're going to argue one way or the other.
IDW is doing it right now. It's Naruto Ninja Turtles.
We talked about that a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Has it become physical yet?
Yeah, we're already up to issue 2, and it is. It's insanely selling well because they got a whole new bunch of people coming in looking for it.
Yeah, we talked about it a long time because it was digital only.
Do you have it in store?
Yeah.
Probably picks them up on the way out.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles, they've been crossing over with like everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They were hanging out with Batman. You probably saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
They even made the animated movie movie for
Last
it.
Ronin.
Yeah, Last Ronin's been a great story.
I love that one. Just because Michelangelo's my favorite of the turtles.
And then they were going against Power Rangers, at one point, too, which they were on the old show.
Yeah.
There was like an all live action crossover at one point. So that's nothing new, but
they're not like Deadpool, but they definitely are very topical. They talk about Taylor Swift and Batman and all these other things. So
they live in the sewer, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they got
Wi-Fi, bro.
Feet in the pulse of the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much for the most part.
But now, like the big crossovers, like Godzilla's everywhere again.
Yeah, he is.
And he's about to ready to stomp the Marvel universe.
Yeah, saw him in Spider-Man
and Venom.
And DC's like, we did that last year.
Yeah,
but it was more because it was Warner Brothers. It's like Kong, Godzilla, and Justice League.
Yeah, there was a joke. I mean, it might have been a joke, but they were talking about the Fast and Furious people crossing over with all that stuff. They want to be like an IP like that. Like they want to be.
They want to be superheroes.
They want to be
the
superheroes.
whole family. The whole family.
Lie to me and tell me that those are not superhero movies, bro.
I mean, at this
things
point,
that they do, the feet that they jump over. Yeah, they might as well be superheroes.
Watch the first.
They're carrying cars, ripping doors off. Hinges.
They should do like animated stuff in comic books if they want to. Unpopular opinion. I think those are the weakest movies, bro. Those first few Fast and Furious movies.
Wow.
I like what it has become.
There's going to be
you like
so many
crazy
people
supernatural stuff.
I do.
In space.
What? I love it.
No, I like the original, man.
We got to have
back
aliens.
to the basics.
You like them, boosting DVD players off of like trucks? Nah.
The way the
Back
story
to
was
the 90s,
supposed to
man.
be. Yeah.
That's what it was.
It was just dead ass action at that point. And then somehow somewhere along the line it started evolving into
between 4 and 5 is when it started to upgrade. And then 5 is where it took it to
Kurt Russell becoming like
moon.
Kurt Russell becomes their Nick Fury.
Cars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It is kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's kind of on wheels, but
yeah. Everybody's got like a special move, a special like technique.
Join wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They have wrestlers in the movie.
I know, but make that crossover with wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Do that.
I don't know why.
Like,
so with the veil of movie magic, it becomes superhero stuff. But I just never, because they try to sell me wrestling as real, that's why I didn't like it. But if you just let me know that it's a movie, like that it's theater, then I will kind of like, lean into it. But I don't know. I was never really into wrestling.
Really? Just because you thought it was real?
Just because they sold it to me as real, but I knew it wasn't real. They
'Cause I
sold
don't-
it as real. They treated it like real.
It was never real.
You tell somebody who likes wrestling that it's not real, and they will roundhouse kick you.
Now
it's not real to an extent, though.
It's choreographed.
Yes.
It's practiced. I mean, when you see them jumping off the things, they've learned how to do that so they don't get all messed up.
Right.
I mean, yes, it's scripted and all that, and they will say yes, it's scripted.
The story.
Don't say it's fake.
No, I didn't say it was fake. I didn't say it was fake
because that's when you get them mad.
Right. Oh, okay.
If you say
he did that jump,
you say it's choreographed, they'll be like, you're right. But I get it. It's acting. It's just a different form of entertainment.
Yeah.
You want to call it redneck anime or whatever. That's fine. But
I mean, that would make it more attractive to me, actually.
Redneck anime.
They've had a couple anime-ish characters, I guess. Over the years.
I like stuff like that, so I do like it. But I don't know. Just like growing up with that, I just never really got into it because I was too busy with anime.
And most of the time, you
with
wouldn't
the real stuff.
With the real anime,
the behind the scenes stuff was more fun than the actual ring matches, and they're like, they're ambushing each other and doing stupid
each other.
Those are my favorite parts of the game, where you can fight like off the ring type of deal.
It's like the guy's just going to the dentist or whatever. And somebody's in there waiting for him.
In his leotard and his suit.
He's just like sitting back. He's got the gas, and then the bad guy's like, he's the dentist, and then fades out.
He's got the luchador mask when he takes off this mask. Oh my god, I know it was you.
That was the golden age. That was the golden age, bro. In my personal opinion, like I don't really watch wrestling like that now, but there's some other people that do, and they say it's all right.
Yeah, my cousin, he's super into it. Something big recently was Roman Reigns and got the blessing from The Rock or whatever.
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he went back to it because Roman Reigns is the new guy. He's the He's the guy now.
They did the whole passing of the torch.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the guys from like the 80s and 90s and all that. They can't do it anymore. I mean, not without really getting hurt, but
Well, they should go to movies because I do like it.
Put them, so they put them in the
John Cena, Dave Bautista,
The Rock.
Yeah.
Batista does movies pretty well too.
He is actually a decent actor. I mean, and Cena is funny as shit.
He is,
like all the movies I've seen him in, I laugh my ass off.
I think there's a movie with him and Amy Schumer or whatever.
Oh God, Trainwreck. Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, you and Mark Wahlberg. He's like, what? I look like if I ate Mark Wahlberg or whatever. He's so big. He's in Peacemaker.
Yeah,
he's great.
Peacemaker. I was about to say,
I love that show.
Yeah, he's great.
Peacemaker.
He's good, man.
That one I'm looking for. Yeah. I saw the previews for Peacemaker. I was like, this.
Are they making a season 2?
Yeah. It's on the table. It's going. We might not see it until next year.
The season 1 was phenomenal.
Yeah, and I started watching this show, and I was like, this show has no business being this good.
Yes, man.
But Gunn had control over it, like almost like 100%. So okay, that makes sense. He didn't just turn it over to some suit at Warner Brothers and say, make this happen.
It really is just the DC's thing that's making me nervous about Superman because I like and trust James Gunn a lot. But Superman is very precious to Warner Brothers. So how much will they just let him do whatever?
Yeah.
It seems like a lot. But it only takes one line of dialogue.
It's going to be tough when it comes to Batman, though.
What, crossing them over?
Well, that's Warner's baby.
Yes.
That's the money. That's their Spider-Man.
Right.
So,
right.
So they're trusting Gunn, with Superman first to see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I think that if something does go wrong, they'll be able to backtrack it,
Yeah, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. JK.
It's not canon.
They're giving him a pretty good, good property to play with. So
yeah.
they're like, you don't get the penthouse. You get one of the top floors.
Well, not yet. So like you said, depending on how the movie does.
Yeah. Right. So they've got they got Superman, and they got Supergirl's coming out after that, which she'll probably make a cameo in the new movie.
Probably
as well. And then we'll see. And then we got Lobo on the table.
Yeah, with oh my God, Aquaman, Jason Momoa. He's gonna be Lobo. I think I said it to you a while ago.
Honestly, he's been playing Lobo all along.
Yeah,
right.
Just in the water, I guess.
Right. Yeah, because even when they redid Aquaman to make him cool, because Family Guy made him lame, like he was not like Jason Momoa in those movies.
No, not at all.
So
I mean, I do just because of how crazy Lobo's story is. I'm kind of interested.
Yes, man. They redid animated Superman movie. I think I forget what it is. Maybe Man of Tomorrow, whatever. Mm-hmm. But his first villain was Lobo in that. Yeah. And that was super nice.
Yeah. Oh, really?
With him and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Lobo and Superman have had a history.
I love those two.
Forever. And
yes.
That's why I liked Lobo back in the day, because he made Superman bleed.
Yeah.
But they wrote him off. Originally he was wrote serious as a bounty hunter, and he was messing around, and then somehow he became a drunk, and then became kind of the joke of DC.
Right.
People like him, but they're like, man, you're never going to be top tier.
Right. Stop smoking cigars, bro.
Yeah.
Get in the fight.
Yeah. I was just this guy was nuts back in the day.
Right.
Lobo originally had this most ridiculous power where one drop of his blood could clone and create a kamikaze Lobo.
Really?
That would explode after a certain amount of time. Yeah. That was his race's ability.
The man has heavy metal music playing all the time. A man literally got an implant in his brain, stayed awake, by the way.
Yes.
During the whole operation, to always have metal music playing. Always.
Yeah, he threatened a DJ. If you ever stop playing this record, I'm going to come kill you.
Wow, like Speed.
And yeah. So this, did you ever see it was during when Neron, the devil of DC, was making deals with everybody? They went back to that in the Lobo book. It started out with that DJ, and this poor guy's got long fingernails and old scraggly hair, and he has an assistant in the booth with him, and he's just like, I need to take a break. Here's what you got to do. All you have to do is when this record ends, start it again.
Yeah. Just loop it.
Yeah. So the assistant, after the guy leaves, after a couple times, he's just like, oh, this is stupid. So he puts on a jazz record or something, and suddenly Lobo just hears this in his head, and he's just like,
"Is this Earth, Wind, and Fire?"
So that was funny. He was he was tracking this guy called Dr. Bug or something. He had a contract on him, and Neron appears before Dr. Bug. He's just like, give me your soul and I'll give you the power to beat Lobo. And the bug guy's like, yes, please.
Yeah.
So he becomes like this guy that can control bugs. He's like Ant-Man now. So he's like sending swarms and swarms of insects at Lobo, and Lobo gets covered in them to the point where he eats his way out of it. So he's mad as hell while all this is going on. And so then he catches the guy, and he's put him on the bike to take him in, and Neron shows up in front of Lobo, and he's just like, I will give you anything you want, and for your soul. And Lobo's like, really, anything? And he's like, yeah. He's just like, okay, you got a deal. So he shakes hands with him, and he pulls the switcheroo on Neron by accident, and Neron's like, well, what do you want? He's like, I want your soul.
Oh, of course. How could it be so dumb?
Because Lobo always messes with everything that goes on in these.
God.
And Neron's like, I don't have one. He's, you're welching on the deal, huh? So Neron, at the end of it,
some Constantine shit.
Right.
At the end of it, Lobo takes off, and Neron's stuck with the shit in his head.
Oh.
The crappy jazz music playing over. So,
that sucks.
That was the 90s.
That was a great time.
What a fantastic
I
time.
love
What a
comic
time
books.
to be
How
alive.
times have changed, man. People are just becoming softer. They don't They don't get that good humor anymore. Yes, but speaking of Jason Momoa, he's been in a lot of random movies lately, especially Minecraft, which is coming out pretty soon. How do you feel about that?
I mean, my son likes Minecraft. He's kind of like, he's old enough now where he's kind of not hating on Minecraft, but a little cynical to the new movies. He told me, he's like, there are no good new movies. And I was like, oh my God, what an old man thing to say.
I mean, he's not. That's how I feel about scary movies. There are no new good scary movies.
But Nosferatu was good.
Nosferatu is good, but I mean, I guess if you want to put that in the horror genre,
How can you not, bro?
I guess. I mean,
He's a Dracula.
Yeah, but they might as well make a horror romance subgenre. You know what I mean?
Did you see The Substance?
No,
I haven't seen that.
Pooja
So there
did,
is
though.
that.
That's like body horror.
Yeah,
that'll
female
make
body horror.
Yeah, that'll make you cringe.
I do kind of want to see that because I've heard
There can be new good movies. But I mean,
Well,
it
horror
depends.
has a bunch of different genres, like categories to it.
Well, yeah.
So what do you mean by
genres.
horror? Like
just any.
Supernatural,
Just any.
thriller, slasher,
Just any, bro.
So you got the Terrifier.
Yeah,
That was good. You like that kind of gore, bloody.
Yeah.
I heard people were throwing up in the movie theaters.
I don't
I've seen
know.
it.
People throwing up?
No, I've seen people throwing up. No.
Was it you, bro?
I've seen the movie.
Honestly, I did see the new Terrifier, and it was all right. It's just, I don't know. For me, I view it the way it originated on like YouTube or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't put it in the horror genre. Like, it's another one of those comedy movies to me. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, I'm talking about a real scary movie, like a scary movie that was made to be scary.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You want jump scares. I
hate jump scares. Like, not even jump scares, but like, because that's the new. Everybody runs to the new shit as jump scares. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about
just the
like
easiest way to
deeply
get scared.
unsettling.
Yes,
like, you
that's
know
what
what
I
I'm
like.
saying?
So you want it to keep going and keep going, and
Right.
it slowly
Keep pushing it.
intensifies. Yes,
I want some 2004 Grudge shit
I knew you were
again.
gonna
You
say
know what
that.
I mean?
That's
Like,
what you want, yeah.
The Grudge.
bro, I literally could not watch that movie for the longest time because of how horrified I was of that movie. And it's just like I'm not gonna say you can't make
Studios
it. I feel
don't
like
want
somebody
anything
could.
off-putting, though.
But that's how you make the good shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just gotta. How the hell could you make the Terrifier and say you can't make anything off-putting? Have you seen any of those movies?
No, but I'm saying, like,
Oh my god!
you're talking about like a movie you couldn't finish. They don't want that. They don't want to hear that.
No,
They don't
man.
want, no, don't watch this movie. You're not going to be able to finish it. Maybe on its head, it might be good to lean people in, like with the Terrifier, but
I don't know if you know this, but the human centipede is a thing, bro.
yeah, that shit.
You okay?
I remember the
There were
first time
three
we
of them,
saw that.
actually.
Bro. That was, and there's three of them. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my God. Do you remember that? Yeah.
I remember the first time watching that movie.
Yeah, we watched it on Netflix, I think, or maybe we just got it online at the time, but the second one was straight to DVD, bro. That shit is not a main money-making movie, bro.
Yeah, but
No,
they
it's not.
exist, bro.
Yeah, so does Sharknado. You know?
Oh man.
Well, to answer your question, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the Minecraft movie, but I mean, we'll see how. I'm looking forward to the buzz and to see how people like it or not.
It looks all right. I didn't know you can make that into a live action, but I guess you can make any movie
You can make
into a live
anything into a
yeah,
live
I'm seeing that now with Minecraft.
Yeah.
yeah. Like Borderlands. I mean, it was just like, well, this is just another mindless action movie. It's mostly CGI and these poor actors.
I know.
But, they do want to get a paycheck. So,
yeah, you can't blame anybody. Even with those Sony Marvel movies,
like you sign the contract.
Right.
Yeah. That movie's not bad. None of those movies because of any one person or scene or action.
Right.
It's just the writing, man.
It comes from the top.
Right.
It comes from the top.
Exactly.
Those are the people to blame.
Yeah, that's who I blame. That's who I blame.
If you ever ask, that's who I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think was the best video game movie?
The best video game movie?
Based on a video game. Everybody gets one.
Oh, man. Wow.
It wasn't a movie. It was a show.
So like a guilty pleasure kind of best video game movie, or like actually like a
one that was successful. I would
successful?
say, or you can say guilty.
I know a lot of people like the new Tomb Raider. That one was kind of like whatever. It wasn't bad. Like it wasn't offensive. When video game movies used to be offensive, that was the first non-offensive video game movie in my opinion. But I would say Mortal Kombat for movie. If we're excluding The Last of Us. Because it was a series.
Because it's not a movie. Yeah.
Right. So I would say that.
There's no way you can make that into a movie. There's just so many moving parts and pieces.
You probably could.
With The Last of Us, yeah.
I liked it as a series.
For sure.
It's better as a series for sure because of how much lore and stuff it is in it. But you can trim it down to a digestible, Then
it'll just probably feel like another Will Smith movie. What's it called?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
If you just cut up all those parts, you might as well make another I Am Legend.
Yeah,
I still don't like
with two people in it.
The girl that they chose, I'll just never.
Oh, for what? For The Last of Us?
The Last of Us, yeah.
I mean, you can't get Ellen Page.
I mean, no, that's fine, but I don't know, something that just fits more visibly. You know what I mean?
We were talking about this with the Harry Potter about how they're redoing Snape as like a black guy now, but I don't know. What if she's good, bro?
I mean, she could be straight, but it's just it doesn't translate very well. Like if it's something that you're used to, that's I'm going to use Sonic as an example.
I was just about to say Sonic.
If you imagine,
I heard all three of those movies are good.
The last one was trash.
The first one,
really? The third one?
The third one?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the second or the third one.
The first two was
really
beautiful, bro. I mean, of course, you get Shadow on the third one.
Yeah,
but the movie was.
Idris Elba. Really? I don't know.
If Shadow wasn't in it, it would have been a horrible. It would have just.
Yeah, but he's the
dumpster fire.
He's the new guy.
Yeah, but everything besides Shadow was.
So you don't like the new Eggman, him and his dad, or whatever?
The whole little back and forth between Jim Carrey and Jim Carrey himself.
Yeah, you don't like it?
All right. It was all right.
I'm trusting. I'm going off of my son. But he loves Sonic, bro. Like when the second movie came out, I would go in his room and he would be finishing it and he would just play it from the beginning. And I'm like, wow.
On loop.
Yeah. I'm like, you've been doing Sonic for 6 hours. Come eat some lunch.
No, once you see the third one.
Really? Damn, that's unfortunate.
It was kind of dry. The humor was kind of dry too. It's it fizzled out.
Yeah. I mean, I would say successfully Sonic, maybe. Commercially.
I'm going to say Sonic, yeah. Because I can't think of... Because I want to say Mortal Kombat, but I want to wait until the second one comes out to see more Mortal Kombat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Are you talking recent Mortal Kombat, not like...
Well, yeah, so if we're going guilty pleasure...
old school.
If we're going guilty pleasure, I would say maybe Street Fighter.
Street Fighter
over the original Mortal Kombat. As far as guilty pleasure. What about you?
The original Mortal Kombat did great, money wise.
Yeah, did it? So much that they made another one.
Yeah, the second one.
Right.
then it got bad.
Right.
I probably say first Resident Evil, where it started. That was where it was pretty good, and it didn't get too ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it eventually.
But what about the comic book route? What if you? Because it sounds like you like ridiculous stuff, though.
Yes.
So what about a ridiculous video game movie?
The most ridiculous video game movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
If Hardcore Henry was an actual video game.
Yes.
Right. And there's movies.
Okay, the Doom video.
Oh my god.
Video game movie.
What? You didn't like that one?
It was.
It's like it. Well, with The Rock, right?
With The Rock.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That was actually a pretty decent movie.
Well, because at one point they do put you into first person mode. I was like, all right, man, here we go. We've been waiting for this the whole time.
I need the heads up display though. How many bullets does he have?
So that was probably the most. I'm like, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure,
But,
man. You know
yes.
what I mean? Just to say that you experienced
first Street Fighter. That's one of my guilty pleasure ones.
Yeah.
Just because they have all the guys in it, and then they all do their moves at the end. You know?
I just like Jean-Claude Van Damme in that movie. There's a scene where he like busts through, like they're doing a Street Fighter in the cage. I think maybe Vega, and he brings in a tank. He gets out of the tank. He goes, "You're all under arrest," and I'm like, "Wow, who is this guy?" The gall.
Oh man. Anyways, is there anything else you want to bring to the table?
Just that's it, man. Anime, video games, movies.
Oh, reading, watching, and playing.
Oh, just in general.
Well, actually, that was one thing that I wanna bring it up at the table. Now that we're sitting here at the table, put it to a vote. You know what I'm saying?
A vote.
Support your immune system with Airborne's most complete immune support formula yet. Airborne's delicious effervescent tablets are packed with 7 powerful ingredients to fill the holes your immune system may have, so that you can enjoy those unmissable moments in your life. Learn more at airbornecomplete.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
So I want to opt in because generally we're always usually playing something. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a given. You know what I mean? So I mean, generally we're probably just watching something too. It's not as infrequent as what we're reading, but I know it like kind of flip flops. So if we could have nothing that instead of what we're watching or what we're reading, instead sub it in for what we're listening to.
You could just throw it in there, bro.
I would just sub it in. Bro.
Sub it in. What are you listening to?
I've been listening to that new Bad Bunny, bro.
Oh, okay.
It is like
it's good.
Chef's kiss, bro.
I mean, Bad Bunny doesn't miss, bro. Bad Bunny.
Oh, he misses.
Does he miss?
I mean, on occasion, but
which one didn't you like?
This album that he dropped recently was more dedicated to his home country, Puerto Rico.
Right. He's a residency there now.
The whole album was just based off his country, the culture, the music, the history. That's what it was meant for.
It comes from the heart, bro.
So it comes from the heart in a sense. I feel like this is an album not meant for everybody.
It's not.
So if you're not really Puerto Rican or about the culture or feel about the culture, I'm telling you, because they have a lot of aspects that is not
music.
It's not your general just like reggaeton kind of vibe to it.
So you can't dance to it if you're not Puerto Rican?
You can't dance to it, but I'm just saying it goes more well for the people on the island.
It's harder because I mean, he's literally gone on talk shows and had like this whole conversation.
I know he did the weather in Puerto Rico one day. He did. He was on the news doing the weather.
He was talking about it, and he was just like, "Listen." And then the guy asked him, he's like, "So what about the people who don't really understand or can't really?" He's like,
relate to your music. Right now.
He literally
or
said
especially
right
this
now.
Album.
He said it. He's like, "I don't care. I don't care."
That's different than you can't listen to that. That it's not for you.
It's not for everybody.
Nothing's for everybody.
Exactly.
Well, nothing's for everybody, but usually artists aim to make their music for everybody because they want to have their music.
He's making it for his fans for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like his last album, Un Verano Sin Ti, was literally the album for the summer.
For everybody.
Every Hispanic player.
Right.
Mexican, Cuban, whoever you were.
Right.
You were playing that. That was playing on the 105, 1.5 the beat. You know what I mean? Like it was being played there.
Right.
That's how crazy popular that album was. It was for the masses. This one, if you don't understand the culture, it's not for you.
Very well.
Yeah. Well, that's
but that's cool, bro. So that's something you want to bring up.
So what you reading, watching, playing, and listening?
Just to sub it in. You know what I'm saying?
Just put it playing in the music.
Well, yeah. I mean, because like say I'm not reading.
You want me to rename the segment, bro?
No, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's up to the individual.
We got to sign off on that one, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It has to be brought up to the higher ups, aka
right.
me, and it breaks
right. Yeah, Lewis is the president, bro.
Bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course.
Sitting in the middle of the table, and then we, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
No, but it's straight, bro. That's something you can
Fine
bring up. Yeah, something you're listening to.
Yeah.
Listening.
How about you,
I mean-
Xavier? Are you listening to anything?
No, not really.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Because for me, bro, I'll never.
GNX.
I've been listening to that, but ever since it came out.
I'm not gonna say I'll never be reading something, because the only things I'm reading are like I'm still just trying to get through Journey to the West.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
You should listen to it, bro.
I don't want.
You should do the audiobook.
I don't want to do that, bro. I want to read, because the thing is, like, I'm one of those people who I read in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I have like a whole voice.
you're not an out loud reader?
No.
So my son is bad with reading, like I was at his age. So what advice to him I was saying was to read out loud. That's the way you can become better.
It is the best way to read. To be
Yeah,
honest.
out loud.
But I don't know. Like, I have like internal monologues and everything. So,
No, for sure. But then if you have too much monologue, there's too many people talking while I'm trying to read. And I used to do like, I'm like, shut up, stop making jokes. I'm trying to fucking get through the story. I'm trying to get through the Scarlet Letter.
It's hilarious.
How about you, Tom? Anything you're listening to?
The last 6 days, I've been on a ship listening to nonstop. You know, most of the bands were like metalcore, deathcore, and
live or
yeah, it's called Shiprock. They do it every year.
Oh wow!
And they have a rotating schedule of like 30 something bands, and you have to kind of like. You get the schedule for each day, and you have to kind of choose where you want to be, and they tell you what times.
Damn, it's like Rolling Loud, but on the ship.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a musical festival on a ship. Every band gets to play 2 sets, and they usually mix them up so they're never playing opposite the same thing.
Right.
So
I didn't know such thing existed.
yeah,
Neither did I, to be honest.
And yeah, I mean, I finally got to see like I never saw Atreyu in concert, and they're awesome. I mean, this is all like alt rock and metal and stuff like and hardcore, and the hardcore and the screaming, it's just like some of it's good, but some of it's not good. You know, it's just like, but the fans are just like, "Wah, we don't care.
Yeah, they like it.
But you get like some oddball stuff like Hollywood Undead was there. I like them. They're a lot of fun. So they put on a rocking show. You know, they get the crowd behind them like nothing.
Hell yeah.
Like I got to see Parkway Drive for the first time too, and I got turned on to their music. I was like, yeah, they are really good. You know what I mean? And then the Struts were there, and the Struts, you know, they've been around for about 10 something years anyway, and they're like almost like kind of like a retro glam band. You know, like they have kind of like that Queen sound to them. You know, that's got to be one of their influences. They were the fan favorite. They put on the most fun show, and they're not the hardcore guys at all, but people got behind them. Their songs are good. So I was happy I got to see them. And then there's this one band called Ginger that had like this gal. She could belt like nothing. It was another one of the hardcore bands, but I don't see a lot of them with like, you know, the female lead singers. So
Wow, about to say, because
I don't know why not.
Linkin Park.
yeah.
Linkin
Oh
Park
yeah,
up
that's
there,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
That's how that is now. Yeah.
They got a new lead singer.
She's a female?
To replace Chester, yeah.
There's this, and I got to see this other new band called Diamante, which is I think Italian for diamond, and that's her name. It's a 3-piece set. She looks like Dazzler from X-Men,
Really?
kind of.
Wow.
Yeah, with the outfit and the hair and everything, and I was just like, I bet she's a cosplayer.
Oh,
But-
probably. Any face paint?
yeah, no face paint, but the outfit was just, you know, all kind of sparkly and everything. I was like, you
got some influences.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also not heavy, but you know, good songs, and people got behind it and everything. That was the thing, is like that cruise, everybody's really cool to each other. There's no problems ever, and the band members, they
have to stay there too on the ship.
Yeah, they all just wander around, and you can't tell who's in the bands when they're in plain clothes.
Oh, right.
Because they look like all the fans, because everybody's all tatted out, and you know, and
right. Yeah, they just blend it. Just throw the Hawaiian shirt.
oh
over
yeah,
the,
man,
your
you'll just be like having a drink at one of the bars or something.
I gotta go on stage, man.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
Whoa, what the heck?
Like, who's coming up next? He's just like, oh, I am, you know. But the funniest thing is, we went to the steakhouse for the last dinner, and we were sitting next to the Struts, and it was funny just listening to them talking about banging the groupies. Yes.
Wow.
And I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but
Yeah,
I mean, they're right there, bro. You know what I mean?
And I'm
They're
just,
used to talking to a microphone, you know?
yes.
It's hilarious.
Wow.
That's cool.
Right.
Very cool.
But yeah,
talk about immersion.
That was a good time. So I'm going to check out some of these other new bands that I saw and like kind of catch up to where everybody else is. But
that's what I would do at a festival too. Try to look for new stuff. Just look for your, like,
that's what I did with Warped Tour. I feel like you kind of just have to, like, if you ever want to experience something like that, you kind of just have to go to an event. You know what I mean? Because when I worked for Vans back in the day, I
gave
like
you Warped Tour tickets.
Yeah, they literally like sent me to Warped Tour, and I was just like, all right, well, and I hadn't heard like 3/4 of the bands, and I ended up really liking a few of them that I listen to this day. You know what I mean? So that's just the best way to go about it, really.
What about you, bro?
What you been watching playing, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Well, playing, I mean, I've been playing the Black Myth WukOn. Just kind of hopping onto that. And Jam just told me he got Diablo. So he kind of wants to start hopping on that too.
That's what I thought you were going to
We can run it. No, unfortunately, something else that's taking precedence to that. But whenever y'all down, we can definitely run some.
Everybody's trying to get me to play Marvel Rivals.
I was playing it this morning.
Marvel Rivals is good, man.
And
I
have this thing where every time I get on a new video game, it dies.
Really? Oh, man.
Everybody stops playing it.
Well, then let me play for a couple more weeks before you get
yeah, right.
Tom, let us know when you hop on, bro.
I'm gonna do y'all a favor and not hop on.
Did you play Overwatch or?
No, I never played Overwatch. I know it's very similar to it, and they tell me about all the characters and everything. It's like that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I never just have any time to do it. And if I get into it, I will immerse myself in it, and then I'll never get any work done.
Right.
And then the game will die. But
this new guy, man, he's already a grandmaster.
He's still good. He's still good.
He started playing 2 days ago.
I will get that dedicated to it. I will learn everything fast. And so I don't know. I it's Marvel. Why wouldn't I play this game? You know,
that's why I gave it a chance. Because I didn't. Not that I disliked Overwatch, but I don't know. Just I couldn't really get a character. The characters I wanted to play, I was trash at. So
practice makes perfect, bro.
But now I'm playing with Wanda. I'm playing with the Scarlet Witch.
You switched off from Iron Fist?
Yeah, she's kind of easy mode. So
Iron Fist is like the counter guy, right? Like
everybody hates the Iron Fist.
Yeah,
it's like they made Iron Fist good.
Yes, finally. Well, he's like one of my favorite comic book characters. Yeah. Like I have his tattoo on my chest, bro. You know.
Yeah, what's up with Jeff?
Jeff
he's
the healer, right? Yeah,
Jeff is the god amongst men.
Oh, he
is, bro.
He's Smash Brothers Kirby. You eat the guy and jump off the edge.
Yep.
I remember when we were playing that one day at your house, actually, and your girl was just like, "You should pick the shark."
Right.
He's like a dog, but a shark, and I'm just like,
yeah, he is. He's a good boy.
I don't know, bro.
He's the best boy, bro.
No, he really is. He really is the best boy, bro. Like whenever he is the bane of most people's existence. Like whenever somebody sees Jeff on an opposite team,
yeah.
The
good thing is with Iron Fist that I can jump back on the map because that's what his move is. He grabs you and he tries to throw you off the map. So I can triple jump back on, and then he's not really expecting it. Most people, bro, if you throw him off the map, they can't jump, bro.
Gone, bro. I'll still play Venom. It's just, you know what I mean? That's my guy. And he also plays really well, so.
Yeah, the good thing about this game is that I like a lot of the characters on themselves. Like, I didn't really have a lot of characters that I liked with Overwatch, but I just love all the Marvel characters. So, of course, I'm going to love playing, Scarlet Witch or Hawkeye if he's good, or whoever else. Like,
I did see online how they did a mod for Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, well, we played
they changed it as Luffy.
I've been playing with Mr. Fantastic lately, too.
I haven't played yet.
Yeah, they have him in Invisible Woman.
Susan,
yeah.
Yeah, Invisible Woman, and like, she's probably one of the most busted characters in the universe, like with her force fields and stuff like that. Because she can put a bubble around somebody's head and suffocate them if she wanted to.
Funny enough, it's hilarious that you mentioned that because there's been a huge issue with bots.
Oh, where you can spot the bot by you can block them from there.
Yes, and you can do that with Invisible Woman.
Yeah, I saw.
And oh my god, it's hilarious because the thing is, like, they have to register a certain walk path or whatever.
Yeah.
And what happens is you go next to a stairs and you go invisible so that they can't like register it. Yeah. And you get the bots by then because a normal person would just go around it.
Right.
But the bots can't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, oh my God, it's hilarious. It translates super well.
No, man, that's lame, bro.
It's not lame, bro. It's nice.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
Oh, so the bots are not cheating, bro? Like, come on, man.
I'm waiting for them to do Human Torch. He's like one of my favorite characters in Marvel.
That would be interesting. I want to see how he plays, to be honest.
Is there any specific characters you want them to bring to Marvel Rivals?
I wanted them to bring the Fantastic Four. I knew they were holding them off.
All of them?
I knew they were holding off, but I didn't know they were going to just drop them so quick. But
prepping for the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
I thought they would
the year.
Bring them closer to. Is the movie coming out this year?
Yeah, at the end. This is the year of Fantastic Four and Doom.
Well, yeah, because
Doom's like a big.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Doom.
Yeah. So they're
master of the world.
Ever since they revealed Robert Downey, they're smart. They know how to cross promote.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, he's big in the comics. He's big in the video games. Get ready. He's gonna be. He's coming. He probably will make a cameo in the Fantastic Four movie. If not in the Thunderbolts movie.
Oh, right.
That's another theory that.
Well, the man at the top doing the streams.
Doom bought the tower.
Right.
Didn't he own it to begin with?
Right.
LOL.
What? That was going to take me out of the movie a little bit. Just that he looks the same. Like, they have to, scar him or something.
Right.
Or else he's just going to be an Iron Man variant.
They got a plan.
I just want to see, that's what I'm saying. I want to see if they're going to do that.
Yes, that was a good comic, too. Really good.
I do want to see if they're going to do that. It's going to be super interesting. Just see what they do. What chapter of Black Myth are you on?
Chapter 2.
Damn.
I just barely got started, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
It's a slow grind.
Because the game is, you thought chapter 1 was slow?
It's a slow grind, man.
Brace yourself.
But it's good, though. It's really good. The fighting mechanics is
Chapter 2
awesome.
is where it takes off, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Very nice. Have you played it all?
I have been, yeah. I think I might still be in chapter 1, maybe.
Probably. Makes sense.
Oh, he's like a candle. He's just burning slowly.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's why you got to challenge him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just like, listen, we're going to put this on record that you can't touch this game until you beat God of War, bro. You're not, you're barred. You're not allowed.
I'm going to beat Black Myth Wukong this year. How about that?
It's we didn't leave
year, bro.
We didn't leave January yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
January, no.
You still got time, man. You still got 11 months to go.
Yep.
No, the one game I will say I have been playing though, and it's just a very random, because I've had this game for a minute, but I never played it, is Hades.
Yeah, I do want to play that game.
It's so addicting, bro. And it's one of those things, it's like Valhalla, where you die and you have to start all over, but you get things, and oh my God, it's so good, bro. It's so good. You get different weapons. You get different help from different gods.
I've seen it. There's like a lot of stuff going on at the same time.
Oh my God. It's so good, bro. Like, low-key, partially why I was late, because I was supposed to wake up so much earlier, but I ended up staying up so late to play the game because I finally got through all the way. I finally went through everything for the first time.
Yeah, that's me right now with Dead Cells. I finally got to the end. I haven't beat it yet.
Nah, bro, because it just never ends.
Yeah.
Are you the type of player to play a game all the way to the end? Like, you have to beat it?
Yeah, bro.
You know how some people can't pick up another game until they beat the game they're currently playing?
That's something Fred is
you?
Putting on me, yeah.
That's me, yeah.
Are you like that, Tom?
Yes.
He's nodding the whole time. He's
Completionist.
I wanted to play
Sounds like me.
that game, Stray.
The cat. Wasn't it nominated as a top?
It was the same year as God of War.
Looked like something. I was like, wow,
one of the best cat simulators I've ever seen.
Just the greatest concept ever. I was like, I never got to. I mean, I still could, but
yeah.
It's never too late,
I will be the person that I will sit down and I will play it all in one shot.
Yeah.
You know, I'll sit down nighttime. I'll be like, all right. And then next thing I'll know, I'll be like, why is there sunlight out? Oh, I got to go to work.
Oh my God, that exactly me.
That's what I do. I just wait till my girl starts snoring, and then boom. That's why I know video game time.
I burn myself out on stuff like that.
Oh my God, man.
It happens.
It hits. You know what I'm saying?
It happens. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. This was the filler.
This was a good filler, man.
This was a good filler. It was a very exclusive, awesome filler. Thank you, Tom, for allowing us to record in your shop.
Thank you very much for coming. I had a great time, and we're gonna maybe do it again.
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Like a shout to me.
I mentioned last time I do want to have more guests on the fillers, just because it's more lax, you know.
Yeah. I'm down for that. Always, I'm down for that. Always
reaching out, bro. Reach out to your local communities. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Come visit Cool Comics in Cape.
Right.
On Del Prado.
Del Prado. It's got a plethora of comic books, TCG stuff, board games.
Whatever you need, Tom has it.
Right.
And if he doesn't have it here,
you know where to get it.
He'll get it for you. He'll find a way.
We can. If we don't have it, most of the time we can hunt it down for you.
For sure.
Look at that. You heard it straight from Tom's mouth.
Yes. From the man.
I'm going to get so many weird calls now.
Yeah. I heard you on the podcast.
They about broke my phone line for Prismatic Evolution.
Absolutely, dude. I understand all too well. Believe me.
The phone was melted.
It's gonna be like that from now on. Like you're never gonna get, because I mean every month, because you got another Prismatic thing coming out in February. You got another thing coming out in March, and then you got Journey Together coming out in March. So it's just a thing, man.
We are putting in bigger numbers for Journeys and Team Rocket. So,
Team Rocket, you guys, oh my god,
yeah, we're already taking pre-orders.
Man, y'all heard it here first,
Don't
bro.
Wait till the last.
Don't wait.
Minute.
They will be gone.
Call us. Tell us what you want.
Nice.
We'll get you something. I can't always guarantee 100% because we never get 100%.
Right. Oh my god.
And we always sell at MSRP.
MSRP.
Just saying.
There's gonna be a line down Del Prado now.
Yes.
Anyways, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Definitely subscribe on YouTube, where we post majority of our videos there. And like we say at the end of every episode,
tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
And we out.